Phonology and its branches. Phonology is the study of the sound system of languages. When we talk about phonology, we mean that the sound systems that we find in different languages. Every language has its own phonology or its own sound system. It studies how abstract sounds categorized are manipulated in the processing of language. Phonetic discusses sound in abstraction. It does not refer to the meaning. But when we take a sound into phonology, it means that we are not talking about meaning. If we change one phoneme with another phoneme, we get a different word. Either it's different in meaning or it's abstract if it does not match with it. So in phonology we discuss phonemes, and in phonetic we discuss phone. Phonology is concerned with the range and function of sounds in a specific language and with the rules. So when we discuss phonology, we discuss the ranges of phonology, how far they can be functionable in a language, and what are their rules, how they make certain combinations, which consonant sounds are possible as a cluster in the beginning, which possible sounds, consonant sounds are possible as a cluster in the end of the syllable. So we discuss the sound, both consonants and vowels in phonology, that this is the syllable structure of phonology in a certain language. Exclusively concerned with language or competence. This is the basic competence of a certain speaker of a certain language. The knowledge of phonology and its sound is the competence of the speaker. Every native speaker of a language has the basic knowledge of phonology of his language. It can be divided into two branches. So we have two branches of phonology, unlike phonetics, which has more than two branches: segmental phonology and suprasegmental phonology. Segmental phonology is based on the segmentation of language into individual speech sounds provided by phonetics. For example, we take a word of English language, let's say bed, right? Then we segment it. We find that this word has three segments: b, a, and d. We take another word, for example, increase, and we segment this word. We say a, n, in, k, r, e, and z, s, increase. So we get the segment. So in phonology, we know that which are the segment of the sound system of a certain language, and we can know all the segments that are used, how these segments are combined, as I said, in syllables, and how they work, what combinations they make, how they are interchanged. So we know all about segments in segmental phonology. So segmental phonology is not interested in the production, the physical properties, or the perception of these sounds, but in the function and possible combination of sounds within the sound system. It's the function of the phonetics that discusses that how sounds are produced, what are their properties. Whereas the phonology discusses how these combinations are made and how do we get meaning out of these segments. When we come on to suprasegmental phonology, which is also called prosody, is concerned with those features of pronunciation that cannot be segmented because they extend over more than one segment or sound. Such features include stress, rhythm, and intonation, and tone as well. For example, in Imposed on the segments are the features which we call suprasegmental features. These suprasegmental features have their own value. Sometimes they perform the grammatical function. For example, if we give the stress in the beginning of the word increase, it becomes a noun. If we give stress on the second syllable, it becomes verb. So similarly, tone, intonation, it is more than the meaning of the word. It changes the meaning of the word, and it also gives rhythm to the language, and it also creates a lot of other features which are imposed on segment. So segments do give us some knowledge about the meaning of the language, but these imposed features also add to those meanings.